work with. But as a rule, the number one mistake I see is when people enter the room, they try to sell the room. They go in there, and when they do their 30-second spot, you hear words come out of their mouth, well, you need my product, you need my service, and here's what I can do for you. And it's not about the people in the room. You've got to learn that you're not there to sell the room. You're there to educate the room about what you do so that they can in turn go out and sell for you. Because on average, most people know 250 people. So you take a room of, let's say, 40 people. Those 40 people represent 10,000 potential contacts. Why limit yourself to 40 sales when you can have up to 10,000? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But turn us in the room into your salespeople and let us go out and represent you and introduce you to further your sales efforts. That's the biggest mistake I see.
And I think the mistake, too, is that people think instantaneous. It takes a while for people to get to know you.
Oh, yeah. It's a date. You're dating.
Yeah.
When you go to networking, you're dating.
Yeah.
I had a lady the other day, and she said, I've been going to a group, and my husband asked me, she says, well, how long have you been doing this networking thing, and she said, oh, about a month. He said, have you got anything from me yet? Well, she said, well, no, honey, they're just getting to know me. I said, let me ask you something. How long did your husband you date before you got married? She kind of looked at me, and she said, 6 years. I went, remind your husband the next time he asks you, it took him 6 years to close the deal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good point.
You're in a dating process here. People checking, kicking the tires, looking under the hood. They want to know who you are before they unlock the treasure of their friends, family, and coworkers and put their name on you and introduce you to those folks.
And I think I shared a story with you that I think is very apropos just for people that, because we do more than refer just business to each other as far as people that we know that may want our services. We buy from each other, and there's a lot of comfort in dealing with a group and doing business with someone that's active in that group, because you know that their reputation
is accountability.
It's accountability, and so they're going to do you right. And I've had very good success. I love to shop. I love to buy things. And I think my goal, as I said here several times, I want to make enough money that I can buy from everyone that's on the show. You know, because I love everything that y'all do. I just can't afford everything you do. But one day, that is my goal. That's a worthy one. And, you know, you've gotten, how do you help I know you've done the networking with started the other groups, but how do you help them get started if somebody wanted to do a group?
Well, I just now formulate, I've helped set up a number of these things now, so I just have like a 3 or 4 page Word document that I send them out and say, okay, here's your calendar, here's your timeline, here's your tasks, here's the way you divide it up, here's what you look for in your founding members, here's the way you initially promote yourself. And
people, I mean, once you're a member, there's a very nominal amount that you pay per year.
But that varies from group to group. Some groups charge nothing, others are nominal, some groups are a little bit more proud of their groups. But, you know, irregardless, I mean, there's a value there.
Yeah.
If you happen to have a group that doesn't charge anything, count your blessings and go on with your business and give even more to that group.
Yeah.
If there's a group that charges something, you know what? Consider the value of that.
Yes.
Because if you were going out paying for traditional radio, television, print advertising, look at what your budget would be there.
It's not that expensive here.
I'm not saying it is, but I'm just saying it is a marketing tool. You've got to look at networking as marketing.
Yes, it is.
It is advertising yourself, and you have to put it on that same par so you understand the value of what you're getting.
Yeah, and there's a lot of businesses that support it. I know, like Jeff Klein does the 30-second commercials. I mean, there's a lot of people that do all that. And gosh, we'll get out of time here before we get to what I really want to, you know, another thing I want to talk to you about is that I know you're going to be at the Nothing But Net event Friday, and I want to remind people of that. But I think it's appropriate because you're the keynote speaker. You're going to be the first up. So what can you tell us again to remind the audience about Nothing But Net?
I think it's absolutely imperative. If you are serious about networking,
Friday,
it's tomorrow, yes.
It's tomorrow.
If you are serious about networking, you absolutely positively should be there. And I'm not saying that because Kai Roberts will tell you, I actually tried to back out of being the keynote. I was like, why in the world are you guys asking me? And she went, well, because you've helped set up a lot of these groups and you've been doing it for quite a while, but still, it's not about me. I'm not getting paid to be the keynote for this thing. I just believe in it. And I think it's really important for people getting started because a lot of people that think they're doing networking are doing it, but the question is, are you doing it correctly? Are you doing it effectively? Are you really maximizing your time that's invested as well as your money? And so there are going to be a myriad of various seminars going on that tell people how to network better. Stu Carson talking about how to project your voice. I get into rooms where I can't even hear the person speaking to me across the room because they're so timid and they're not speaking up. He's going to talk about voice projection. You have Jody Weirson who's going to be talking about client relations and follow-up. Jeff Klein talking about how to create that 30-second spot. John Shealy doing the speed networking. Lee Thurburn talking about social media. So there are all these different facets that parlay into
have
one
the vendors,
another.
and then they're going to have the party at the end.
I mean, my gosh, for $20 for the day, even $30 if you paid at the door, that is money and time extremely well invested in your business.
That is a good deal. And for those of y'all out there, I go to a lot of events, and that is an excellent deal. In fact, the tickets are what they're
20 in advance, $30 at the door.
So that is good. If you buy before midnight tonight, you can get that information at MagnusMediaUSA.com.
MagnusMediaUSA.com, yes.
And purchase your tickets. And I would suggest you do. I am getting a room, but because I just want to have a place to light. But they're going to have the video, and she did the tango anyway. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun, and there is a lunch you can do, but it's got all the information there. And I want to
tell
see
folks this is networking on steroids.
Yeah. Yes. And this is, you go to a lot of events, this is good. So I want to tell people to do that. Now, our time is up here, and I wanted to, I know you are a professional speaker, see?
No.
Yes. Yes, I'm going to tell you that in case you didn't know that all those times you go to speaker co-op. But anyway, and he does excellent presentations, and he has a video that was done that highlights that, and been kind enough to let us play it at the end of the segment. So I'm gonna say goodbye to you, Jeff McKissack. How do they get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me at www.defensebydesign.com. Email is simply jeff@defensebydesign.com. Emails are preferred.
And your meetup group, they could get you at the meetup by going
Go to meetup.com, type in NetWeavers. I run the 2 Uptown groups, and they can also email me through that system.
And really, it's over there at one of the Bella Restaurant. One's in the morning if you're a morning person, which I'm not. But it's a good group. I've been in it. A lot of people have been in it a long time. Friendly people, and I recommend it highly. So we're going to take a break, and while we take the break, I'm going to play the video for people to watch. Okay?
All right.
And
Thanks
we'll be
so much.
back with Catherine Hatcher, and she'll be interviewing John Limperopoulos, and he'll be talking about men's fashion etiquette. So we'll be right back.